Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for bearing with us. Thank you for your patience. We're here. So welcome to World Afro Day Live, sponsored by Cantu.
This is one big Afro event across 4 continents, uniting people in Europe, America, Brazil, Africa, and of course, right here in the UK too.
This is a global awareness day in its 4th year now, and it stands for change, education, and celebration of Afro hair, and every single one of us can play a part.
World Afro Day is endorsed by the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, and the event is all about creating a new positive legacy for the next generation.
So we've got a great show lined up for you, and the big news is we will be revealing the top 10 model winners. And I was one of the judges, so I'm really looking forward to finally being able to let the secret out.
Sorry, that must have been really hard keeping that secret quiet.
It's been so hard, but I think actually the hardest thing was not making every single one of them a winner, because they're all just so fantastic.
Well, the top 10 model competition happened over 2 months during the lockdown period, and it was a positive focus for the community during difficult times.
The competition benefited the whole community and showcased the beauty and value of Afro hair, which is exactly why World Afro Day exists.
But before we get to the winners, we also have some great guests. The top 10 model judge and Vogue photographer, Misan Harriman, has some important messages about the power of the Black image, which has really changed the world this year.
It really has. We also have the fabulous former Miss Universe Great Britain, Deanne Kentis-Rogers, and she'll be telling us more about her really inspiring story now that she's a government minister for Anguilla. Plus, she'll be announcing some of the top 10 model winners as well.
But first, yes, World Afro Day is a day of celebration. It's inspirational, it's motivational, but it needs to be because it's still an international struggle for change. Here to reflect on what's happening across the world is our global panel.
So joining us from around the world, we have from the USA, Professor Wendy Green, who is a trailblazing anti-discrimination law professor. From Brazil, we have Ana Medeiros, who's a history teacher and one of the organisers of the national movement called Afro Hair Pride March. From Belgium, we've got Janine Van True, whose pioneering work in natural hair care put her on the power list of Black women in Europe.
Also, we have Nomvoyo Treffers from South Africa, who's the founder of Swimmer Caps, created for swimming of all types of Afro hairstyles, and the founder of World Afro Day. We have Michelle de Leon from the UK.
So welcome everybody. If you'd like to join us now by popping on your screens, our World Global Afro Hair Day panel. We'll just give a second there for everybody to join. So we know that 2020 has been a really difficult year for so many people, but today is an opportunity to reflect as a global community on the Afro hair struggle and also the Afro hair celebration. So let's start with Professor Wendy. There have been so many legal changes in the United States that you've personally been involved in. Natural black hair has become a civil rights issue. What's that been like? And would you recommend the legal route for other countries as well? Because we've certainly been discussing this here in the UK.
Yes, thank you so much for having me today on World Afro Day. It's a pleasure to be back because I was there during the inaugural World Afro Day back in 2017. So it's really great to see you all virtually and to celebrate the beauty of our natural hair and natural hair diversity, just more broadly. But as it relates to what's been taking place in the United States, as you may be aware, is that there has been a lot of movement since 2017. It's been moving very quickly in terms of anti-discrimination laws, civil rights laws that are now treating natural hair discrimination as race discrimination. One of the acts that most people are probably familiar with is the Crown Act, the Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair Act. And it has been a real privilege to have, my legal scholarship and public advocacy help to secure the passage of this important legislation that really tries to expressly address natural hair discrimination and its harms in our workplaces, schools, as well as other spheres. And currently, currently we have 7 states in the United States that have passed this legislation. And literally, as we are talking today, the Federal Crown Act that was introduced in the United States House of Representatives by Congressman Cedric Richmond is before the House of Representatives Judiciary Committee. So if it gets out of committee today, then it will go to the House floor. And hopefully it will be passed. And then we'll just have to wait for the United States Senate to pass it in order for it to be the law. And we're just very excited about it. And we absolutely, unfortunately, it's something that we do have to legislate, right? Because for over, centuries, natural hair discrimination has been a ubiquitous form of race discrimination as it relates to African descendants. And so this is what we will have to do. Legislation is one route, litigation is another, and also trying to educate, as World Afro Day is doing, to dismantle this particular discrimination.
I mean, it's incredible to hear, and as you rightly say, we shouldn't need to legislate. But do you think, therefore, that it has paid off? Is it a route that other countries should be taking to go down that path?
Yes, well, if we want to ensure that this discrimination is deemed a violation of our civil rights laws, then absolutely we need to be pushing for legislation, as well as for administrative agencies or enforcement bodies that enforce our civil rights legislation to ensure that they start to interpret the civil rights laws in such a way that treats natural hair discrimination as race discrimination as well. The legislation is also, we know that laws can only go so far. It won't necessarily stop all forms of discrimination, but what an important part of the legislation is that it educates people about this long-standing form of discrimination that many people either are not aware of or they don't even understand the magnitude of it and its harms, especially ever as it relates to our children and those in the workplace. Right. So it's a really important form of educating the public and trying to dismantle the biases and the stereotypes that are associated with our hair as well. So hopefully,
thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's great. Thank you.
And now, Ana Medeiros, the pandemic has been devastating in Brazil. What have the community been supporting each other, and what's been the impact on the Afro Hair Pride March that was supposed to take place in March? Hopefully Ana can be able to hear us still. Ana, are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Are you listening? Hi.
We can hear you.
Good to speak to you. So I was just asking you, when it comes to the pandemic, obviously it's been devastating in Brazil. How has it impacted the community? How have you been supporting each other? And how did it impact the Afro Hair March?
First of all, I wanted to thank you for having me here. I'm so happy to be participating. Thank you for the inviting. And the pandemic has been horrible here in Brazil. A lot of people are still dying, but we're trying to help each other with the economical situation, because we have a lot of hairdressers who work with Afro hair who also sell another product like head wraps, like earrings, and so we try to buy for these women, for these Black women, and try to help their economical situation. I think those are things that we can do, and social media has been very important for us in this moment. And concerning the march itself, we are actually talking about this like a few weeks ago. And we think the movement has grown beyond the march itself, because in the march, we have other activities like workshops for children, teach them how to braid their hair, how to make a head wrap. And we have a lot of children, a lot of mothers, Black mothers and white mothers who have Black children. So it's important for them to learn how to take care of their children's hair. And with the pandemics, social media and online platforms have been spaces to exchange this knowledge, where can reach each other and share our stories, our struggles. And I think it's very important. Social media has been very, very important in this moment for us.
And of course, just very briefly, how important is it, that Afro identity, when it comes to Brazil? When people from the outside see Brazil, they think of such a multicultural place, but why is it important to show that Afro identity?
It's important because we have a whitewashing culture here that is very strong until nowadays. And people sometimes don't recognize themselves as Black people because they think it's a bad thing. So we're showing proud through our hair, through our the color of our skin. It's very important here, and be participating in an event like this, it's very important for us.
Thank you.
What about Belgium and also the Netherlands, Janine? How is Afro hair treated there? Are children discriminated against in school because of Afro hairstyles in those countries?
To my knowledge, no. There is, for instance, the messaging that we get from the US that children has been sent home because they had a certain hairstyle. I have never heard that about either Belgium or the Netherlands. So to that regards, I think that we don't have that problem here, no.
And how is it, do you think, for people in Belgium and the Netherlands who do wear their Afro hair, do you think that there is less discrimination? Do you think people feel more confident, people less willing to, for example, in the workplace, feel discriminated against in general?
No, I don't think that there is less discrimination. I think there is discrimination, but it's more sneaky, especially here in Belgium, where there are a lot of African people, and it's constitutional, but they tend to act as if it's not there. Mm-hmm. One example that I have with my own daughter, who has been told by her teacher, for instance, her math teacher, that math is not for her because she just didn't grasp it. And I really had to step up and contact the school and ask if they could help her understand. And the teacher also told me that, well, the fact that she doesn't understand it is a sign that it's not for her. And I really had to sit down my daughter and tell her that, listen, math is something that came from Black people, so it's in your DNA. So there's no way in hell that you don't understand it, that it's not for you. But why I'm telling this is that she has heard it for so long, told by her teacher that it's not for her, or that she won't be able to. My daughter wants to become she wants to become a hacker, but I told her to use the cybersecurity phrase. And she constantly gets being told that she won't be able to make it.
I can relate to that. When I was at school, when I said I wanted to be a doctor, my teacher said to me that I should come up with something more achievable and realistic. But
exactly.
You tell your daughter she can be whatever she wants to be.
Yeah. And with regards to hair, well, they try to ridicule, but I groom my daughter to stand up and stand out. And there's no day that she looks in the mirror and say, oh, I look good, I love myself. So I really groomed her to do that, because otherwise she wouldn't be able to survive. There is a lot of discrimination, both by the teachers as well as the children. But I just really intentionally told her how to handle that.
Good for you. Good for you and good for her. Thank you.
I think it's really important for parents to give their children those positive affirmations, despite what society might say. It gives them that shield and that ability to see themselves rather than look for other people's comments, which obviously, as we all know, can be quite harmful. So now we're going to look at this image, everyone. This is an advert made by Tresemme South Africa. It's put on the Clicks Online, which is a national beauty supplies store.
Tell us what the image is and also what the reaction has been in South Africa.
Okay, hi everyone. The images that were put out there, in fact, they were on a website of a beauty supplier, Clicks. There were images comparing it was a campaign by Tresemme South Africa, and the images of black hair were called dull and damaged, and then the images of white Caucasian hair were called fine and beautiful and normal hair. So this obviously sparked a reaction to many South Africans, because as you would know that a majority of South Africans are people like me. So we obviously are the majority of the customers of this beauty store. And if they project our hair as dull and damaged as opposed to normal, and what is the message that they are sending? And if you look at the images, I mean, you don't see what they're talking about. So you just wonder how it all came through to that. And obviously it sparked anger, and we felt disrespected and offended. And obviously, sorry.
Rightly so. We do actually have that image on the screen now. So people are looking at that. And, you know, it's hard. I think it's just really hard to believe that in this day and age, anywhere in the world, an image like that would be put forward. So that's from Tresemme.
Yes, and obviously the product is stocked in the Clicks supply beauty store. So that's where they had it on their website as part of the campaign by Tresemme. And obviously it sparked anger. I mean, rightfully so. We are here. We have this hair that is already, I mean, black hair is already marginalized, I mean, in so many spaces. So, and you yet you have brands that are putting such images, and what are they showing us and our children, basically?
Yeah. Well, we must say that Tresemme South Africa, they did issue an apology, and their apology was, we are very sorry that images used in Tresemme South Africa marketing campaign on the Clicks website promote racist stereotypes about hair. Tresemme South Africa apologises for the offence these images have caused. We also apologise to the Clicks group. We are looking into how this happened and why it wasn't picked up, and we will take all necessary steps to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, on a positive note, Nomvoy, you funded your own trip to the first World Afro Day back in 2017. Why was it so important for you to be there and now?
Well, I still remember the moment of receiving that email from World Afro Day team explaining what is World Afro Day and and it was going to be a launch. And I was very excited because I was thinking, like, finally we'll have a day to celebrate our hair. And it was so important that the world needed to hear this message that Afro hair is our hair. It just grows out of our hair. So we just need to be out there and celebrate it. And of course, my children, their comment back then in 4 years ago, they said, so our hair will have a day to celebrate.
Absolutely. So now, well, let's speak to the founder of World Afro Day, Michelle de Leon from here in the UK. Michelle, what's your perspective on Afro hair? What's the worldview and the UK perspective on Afro hair right now?
It's a mixed picture, isn't it? I think we can see that, I mean, the activity, to have a global panel like this is progress, even though we're talking about all the things that are going wrong. But actually, we're able to come together and share in celebration, but also share our struggle. And there have been some wins. Like Professor Wendy said, we started this journey 4 years ago together when I invited her. There were no laws protecting our hair, were there, Professor Wendy?
Nope, none.
Now, there's lots of laws and motions in the States. We don't have any yet in the UK. We're working on it.
Yes.
And obviously the Tresemme thing was such a big fail. So it is a mixed picture. And I think, 4 years is a drop in the ocean compared to 400 years. So we've got a long way to go. But I think, progress is being made. But, we've got so much further to go than the progress we've made.
Absolutely. And it's great to hear that finally, like, that progress, once the ball gets rolling, hopefully it gathers pace and rolls really quickly. And before we know it, the world will have changed. So I want to say a huge thank you to all of our panelists from all around the world. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do stay with us and continue to watch the rest of the show. Thank you all so much. So we want to hear from you in the audience, and we've got some key questions that we're asking you all in our poll tonight. So it's the polling section just to the right of the main show. If you can find it, got it? That's the one. And here are the questions that we'd like to ask you. The first one is, does a Black woman have to take a professional risk and be brave to wear her natural Afro hair in a work environment? So does a Black woman have to take a professional risk and be brave to wear her natural hair in a work environment? And clearly from the poll that I'm seeing, the results are coming through. What I'm seeing currently is about 86% are saying yes, and 14% are saying no. Interesting. Okay, next question then, let's move on to question number 2, is by 2030, will biased uniform policies against Afro hair be removed from schools? So 10 years from now, by 2030, do you think that biased uniform policies which are against Afro hair will be removed from schools?
So now, how many of you remember the moment when you heard about the first ever Black Miss Universe Great Britain?
So Deanne Kentish-Rogers wasn't only breaking barriers as a Black woman, but because she was wearing her natural hair in dreadlocks, it made her win even more exceptional. She's continued to defy the odds, becoming a government minister at just 27, and she joins us now. Hi, Deanne.
Hi, Zoe. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You in Anguilla at the moment?
Yes, I am.
Nice and hot there, is it?
Lovely.
Looking gorgeous. So how challenging has it been being a government minister at such a young age?
I think it's been pretty challenging. I think the most challenging part has been the dynamics in the Caribbean as it relates to age, because when you're young, there's this dynamic that you should be under your elders, you're seen and not heard, and coming into this position is really about getting that respect and being able to execute your job effectively.
And Deanne, we spoke about the impact of hair on people's professions. So how hard has it been, you being someone who's got natural hair and also dreadlocks, when it comes to being a barrister and a government minister?
Well, as far as it goes to being a government minister, it hasn't been a problem, because I think we've been sensitized thus far in the Caribbean to accept dreadlocks as a hairstyle in government offices. But whereas it went to being a barrister, that's where you'd find little nuances in the treatment, especially when I was in the UK. There would be, as I used to say, there's a vibe that you get when you enter a room and you have dreadlocks, and it's not something that's very easy to describe. And I think it comes from persons not actually being face to face with someone with dreadlocks before, so going on stereotypes.
And I think Janine was kind of alluding to that earlier when she was saying that in the Netherlands and Belgium, that discrimination is more subtle. It's almost just, it's a vibe. As you said, I think a vibe's a good word. A vibe, a feeling, you know that people are judging, but nothing's being said.
Mm-hmm. And that's the difficult part about it, because it's very hard to address something that isn't being explicitly stated, because obviously it can just be denied.
So, I mean, well, you're an ultimate overachiever. So we saw you compete in 2014 Commonwealth Games. Then you qualified and worked as a barrister. Then you were crowned Miss Universe Great Britain. You were the first Black woman who represented Great Britain at a Miss Universe pageant. So many achievements, and now you're a government minister. So how has that journey come about? How have you managed to achieve that? And have you ever felt at any stage that wearing dreadlocks has held you back?
Well, you know that they say heavy is the head, and that can go from multiple of the professions that I put myself into. But I think that you'd find it in different areas. I would have had to, as a beauty queen, I would have to do my own hair because no one really knew how to deal with my hair. As a student in school, that came down to it about dealing with misunderstandings in relation to dreadlocks. And now as a minister, what I'm doing and using World Afro Day to do is to change perceptions as it relates to hair. Because even in the Caribbean, there are some negative perceptions that still remain. So I've put it into the schools that we're changing hair policies. We're going to be embracing our hair. We're going to take this on because this is about embracing who we are as Black people.
Well, thank you, Deanne. Deanne is staying with us to announce the winners of our top 10 model competition sponsored by Cantu. World Afro Day has been running during the pandemic and all the models got to receive their winning prize shoot on Saturday. Our first category is 15 to 18-year-olds. Let's see how they got on. First, let's see a bit of them receiving their winning prize photo shoot, which will be featured in the Black Beauty and Hair magazine.
I'm Sarah. I'm amazing and beautiful.
Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Today has been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's been such an incredible and empowering opportunity to spend with some of the most intelligent, educated and beautiful young people I've ever met in my life.
I feel really great about my hair. I normally just wore it in the same style every day, but I'm really learning to just embrace it and love it and show it off. So I'm really happy that I got the chance to do that today. It was a fun experience and I might do it in the future, but being a supermodel, it's a lot of work, more work than I think we give them credit for. So I'm just happy that I got the chance to sort of experience that and learn more about the industry.
It felt like at one point recently that I kind of was limited to what I could do with my hair, but like seeing like how the stylist dealt with it, like it was kind of inspirational for me. My favorite part has been the modeling, just because it felt like everything that I'd experienced and learnt today kind of came together all in the end.
Today has been a really good day. Everybody's just been really lovely and it's just made myself and Michaela at ease. The transformation for Michaela has been amazing. Everything, the hairstyling, the makeup, well done to these stylists. Who would have thought that Michaela could wear something like that? And it just looks so lovely. She just looks beautiful.
Right now, I feel amazing about my hair. Those little touches the stylist did to it, adding the gold hairband, it really just made it pop. It made the whole look come together. That's what World Afro Day is about, so it was good.
It's an amazing thing, it's a good experience. Just want to say thank you to all the team, lifetime experience.
Doing it together as well,
yeah.
It was a good thing, some bonding time. Yeah. And she was being really supportive in the background as well, especially with the posing.
It's kind of a message to motivate them to be proud of who they are, of their color, the hair and everything, of their beauty. Not to hold back, to just come out there and show the world that they've got everything.
Oh, wow, that's just amazing. Now, Deanne, you've been in many contests and you know exactly what these contestants have been through. So can you please announce our first top 10 model winner of the evening?
These are in no particular order, but in the 15 to 18 category. Congratulations to our first winner of the night, 16-year-old Michaela.
Woo!
Oh, do we switch it on?
Woo! Congratulations, Michaela. How does it feel to be the first ever winner of the World Afro Day Top 10 Model Competition 2020?
It just feels so amazing. Like I never would have imagined myself achieving something like this. I never even thought that I'd apply to something like this. Like I just find it so amazing. Like I was surprised by myself of what I was able to achieve. I think I really needed this opportunity to boost my self-confidence. I felt like there was always something for me to improve within myself. I just didn't know how to kind of succeed at that, especially during quarantine when you have such a small time period to try and figure yourself out. This was a good experience to have during that, and it just boosted my confidence so much, and it's just been amazing.
Excellent. Well, you were rocking that catwalk, I tell you.
We're really glad to see a big smile on your face and you enjoying yourself at the weekend, of course. Mum, please, can you hand over the bag of goodies to Michaela?
Michaela doesn't know what's in it. She's in the bag, but she doesn't.
You've kept it hidden well. Enjoy your goodies, Michaela. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you. Woo.
Now, Deanne, please let us know who is the next winner.
Our next winner is 17-year-old Esther.
As I was saying, it really, really does mean a lot to me. Not necessarily because of the prizes, although the photo shoot was an amazing experience, but because I know that the reason I won was because the judges and other people were actually able to see the beauty in my hair the way I do. And, that only makes me feel better about myself and proud.
Amazing.
Well, Esther, it's very nice to hear you say that about yourself and being proud of yourself. And with or without the victory, I'm sure you should love your hair, and I'm sure your family do as well. Mum, I'm sure you're very proud. Could you please give Esther her goodie bag?
Congratulations, Congratulations, Esther. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mum, for that secret. Take care. Congratulations.
So on to the last of our winners in this category. Deanne, who is it?
Our next winner is 18-year-old Sarah.
Woo!
Sarah, congratulations. You're the oldest of our winners. Tell us why it's important for you to take part in the competition, especially in the run-up to going off to Cambridge. Wow.
Amazing.
Uni is just a time where you can remake yourself and make new friends, but it's also a time where you should know who you are and your identity. So for me, celebrating my Afro hair, my natural hair, is a really important way to kind of keep in touch with my identity and learn new things about it and tell other people about it. So I'm so happy to be a part of this competition.
Sarah, a Duke University study in the US found that there's a bias against Black women who want to wear their hair natural or in African hairstyles for the workplace in comparison to straight hair. How do you think that you're going to overcome that in the workplace in the future?
For me, I think the most important thing is about just being comfortable in your hair. So whether that's wearing your natural hair or braids, as I do sometimes, I think it's really important that people are able to express themselves. So going into the workplace, going into university, I just want to wear the hair that I'm comfortable with and that I enjoy, and hopefully kind of work in a world where people don't have to be discriminated against just because of their hair, but it's something that other people really see and love and celebrate.
And of course, we've got Deanne here with us, who's reached some of the highest offices that you can reach, really. And it's a great opportunity for some words of wisdom to be passed on to Sarah. So what advice would you give her, Deanne?
Well, Sarah, it might sound cliche, but it's really good advice. Being someone else is a waste of the human you are. And so I would just encourage you to continue being you, and you will create a mold for yourself and for those to come.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck with it all. Thank you so
Sarah,
much. Mum, can you hand over the goodies?
Yes. Thank you. I'm so proud of you.
Well done, well done.
Well done.
And huge thanks. Thank you so much to Deanne Kentish Rogers and all of our wonderful 15 to 18-year-olds.
So now we're getting a bit younger with our winners from the 11 to 14 category. Let's see how they enjoyed the Big Prize Day at the Studio Takeover on Saturday.
Today has been really exciting for me as I've got to work with Eunice and she's taught me how to catwalk, and I've got my hair and makeup done and my outfit. I feel really good about my hair. I like the style. It's really nice, yeah. Today has really given me an insight of what supermodels life is, and I definitely enjoy it.
World Afro Day is doing something that has been greatly missing in our community for far too long. From hair to makeup to photo shoot, we have had so much fun.
Today has inspired me to actually grow my hair because I've seen my daughter with her Afro hair and I'm proud of it.
Today has been really exciting because it's the first time It's overwhelming. I felt like I was famous.
When he came in, he looked completely different to when he's going out now, and what you guys have done with his hair and the teaching of the modelling and everything else and all the support. It's been really, really good. It's had a good day.
Today inspired me to do more, and it shows that I could do more things.
It's a lovely experience for the children to go through. I couldn't think of what today would be like, so for them it must be really amazing.
The lady that done my hair was really nice. I'm really grateful for what she's done. Very happy about it, because I know not everyone is blessed or is as lucky to get hair as mine.
Today has been such a wonderful experience. She hasn't stopped smiling. I think the day's just been a real success. I've had a lovely time as well.
Ruby, it'd be great to hear from you first.
Okay, so we've got Ruby. Let's speak to Ruby. Ruby, how was it on Saturday? How was the experience for you helping these young girls really find their flow, find their confidence and show off themselves in front of the camera?
It was amazing. It was really nice to see how they were all embracing their hair and they all felt so celebrated. When I was doing the makeup for all of them, they were all just so excited about the day. It was really just rewarding for me, especially considering the situation that I went through, to get to see people being happy about their hair rather than being put down for it. And they were all just treated like royalty. All the parents were so happy to see how happy their children were with their hair. It was amazing.
And Ruby, you started 2020 in the headlines because you received a payout after you were repeatedly sent home from school for your Afro hair. After that victory, what was it like to be a part of the photo shoot prize celebrating the top 10 model winners of this age group?
Yeah, like I said before, I think because of what I went through and because of everything that happened at the beginning of this year, it meant so much for me to be able to see these kids being built up rather than being brought down and being embraced for their natural selves. And they all just seemed so confident in the day. Even those that were a little bit shy at first really got into it. I think seeing Eunice with the workshops, they all really warmed up in the day. And for most of them, it was their first time ever having their makeup done, getting their hair done by somebody who wasn't their parents or just a hairdresser. So it was really nice to see all these kids be celebrated and embraced.
And Eunice is here now. So Eunice, you're used to being on the catwalk in front of the camera. So what was this experience like for you, coaching the winners to do a grand job? And they were doing a grand job. We saw that in the clip.
Thank you so much, Zoe. First of all, I'd just like to say to everybody involved in World Afro Day, it has been an absolute honour and it's been absolutely fantastic. I'm just so proud of every single person that was involved in it from start to finish, from the contestants themselves in terms of their professionalism, the way that they took part in everything, as well as all of the people who helped to make the day happen, from the makeup artist to the stylist to the photographer. It was definitely such an amazing opportunity for people to come together and for us to genuinely appreciate our natural beauty. And for me, that is something that is not only so important, but it's actually transformational. And I really hope and pray that this will give these young people the armor of confidence in their natural beauty and in their appearance to go into the world and to conquer, and to understand that they are just as fantastic and just as brilliant, no matter what is seen or said or represented to them otherwise within the media, because we all know, especially being here today, that these issues are taking place all over the world, and it's our duty to do our best to combat them. So on the day, it was absolutely spectacular. It was really different to how I'd usually do a workshop, because generally I would do one-to-ones or I would do group workshops and we would film. So I'm so proud of all of the contestants, all of the ages, from the younger groups right up to the older age groups, because they were so professional and they were so engaged, and I really couldn't have asked for a better better people to work with. So I wanted to kind of keep it quite fun, because there's only really so much that we can do in that period of time. And there's so much that they had to learn. They had to do the catwalk classes, have their makeup done, and then they had to have a photo shoot. And I could see them actually implementing so much of what we learned in the class into the photo shoot. And for me, that was one of the most important moments. And also seeing that evolution.
Sign of a great teacher, Eunice. It's the sign of a great teacher, but also the sign of great students. So Ruby, we're going to come back to you to present the first award. Your problems with your hair started when you were 14. So it makes sense for you to announce the model winners for the 11 to 14 age category. So who's the first winner?
First winner for the 11 to 14 age category is 11-year-old Aisha.
Aisha, are you there? Can you join us? Hey, Aisha, well done. How does it feel to be a top 10 winner for World Afro Day 2020?
Really, it hasn't actually sunk in yet, even though we've gone through all of the different stages. I don't know how to what's the word that you would use?
Overwhelming.
Probably yeah.
Well, the smile on your face kind of says it all, I think. So we are rushing through slightly. So we're going to ask Mum now to hand over your goodie bag and just say a huge congratulations. And I've got a feeling we'll be seeing you on the stage again.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you and congratulations. Now, Eunice, can you tell us who the next winner is in this category?
I am delighted to announce the next winner is 13-year-old Essay.
Essay. Congratulations, Essay. I can see that you're just trying to join us there. Essay, I want to ask you, who saw the competition first? Was it you or was it your mum? And what was the reason that you decided to enter?
I saw the competition first when I was scrolling through my Instagram feed, and I showed it to my mum and I asked her if I should, and she said yeah, because she knows how much I love my Afro hair more, so she knew it would boost my confidence even more.
Amazing.
Oh, Mum, I'm sure it's a good decision. I'm sure you're proud of your daughter. Like Zoe said, we are in a bit of a rush, so maybe you could hand over that goodie bag as you're both very proud.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Well done. Congratulations, Essay. And huge thanks to Eunice Olamide, Ruby Williams, and all of our 11 to 14 winners and their families.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
2020, what a year so far. It's been unforgettable in many ways. The global pandemic and the Black Lives Matter protests across the world have impacted the African diaspora in an unprecedented way.
And one man has been at the centre of capturing some of the most iconic images of 2020, which led him to making history in his own right as the first ever Black male photographer to shoot a British Vogue cover in its 104th year history. Please welcome extraordinary photographer and fellow top 10 model judge, Misan Harriman. Hello, Misan.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh, gosh, it's been a delight. It's been a pleasure. So, Misan, what made you want to be a judge for World Afro Day?
My own lived experience, as soon as I came across this extraordinarily important movement, it brought back memories of my hair being played with when I didn't ask for it to be played with, jokes that dehumanize me, frankly speaking. And if I can use a platform this whole competition has, and I have, to make sure that no future generations go through that, then I have to, quite simply.
And Misan, changing the perception of Black people and their hair is at the heart of World Afro Day. And we've spoken many times now, it seems, this year about the power of the image to help do that. But for our audience, tell us more.
Well, you were one of the first people to interview me about the BLM movement, and I think, you know, people say you are what you eat, but you really are what you see, what you consume online. And when young Black men and women see people that look like themselves with their natural hair, it becomes, there's no stigma. And once that stigma goes, that sense of self-worth and self-pride just flourishes within young, vulnerable minds. And that's what we must make sure, that we normalize something that frankly should be normal. It is our hair.
It is.
And yeah.
We've just seen some of those images there, including that epic Vogue cover. And your images have just resonated with so many people. You talk about capturing the essence of Black people, but why is it that you seem to be able to do that so very well?
You know, there's a trust when you're in the middle of a protest. It's very emotional. And then the person looking at my camera sees the color of my skin and knows that I'm not going to manipulate the story that is their truth. And I think they give that extra 10% when they see me, they see my eyes. I'm saying, listen, I've lived through this. It's that lived experience again. There is that trust, and I feel my lens captures that, and it gives those images an edge.
Yeah, it's that I'm not here to capture you. I'm not here to do anything to you. I'm here actually with you side by side.
We're in this together.
Yeah.
We're in this together.
Amazing. Well, congratulations. It's been an incredible year for you, and, you know, so well deserved.
Of course, Miss San, you're also here to help announce the winner of the boys category, your fellow judge, Barbara Aaron Wallace, who's behind the enormously successful eponymous grooming brand tailored towards Black men. Aaron, this category had the most clear winner. Tell us why you think this young man was so popular with the judges.
Hi, guys. Well, I think this young man, he really stood out to me straight away. He stood out to all of the judges. I think that he really had such a presence on camera, such a regal presence on camera that really resonated with myself, and I'm assuming the other judges as well. And I felt that when I was watching him, I just felt like I was watching a young king in the making, you know. So it was really great watching his pitch.
I think so many of us gave him outstanding marks, and we know that Miss Anne was pleased that finally one of his picks won. So let's take a quick look at when he found out he was through to the top 10.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Why are you filming me?
I just sent you something on your phone. Read it.
I got in. Yes.
Hey, sorry. So the winner is the only male winner of the top model competition, and fine boy himself, Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, can you turn on your screen? We want to say hello. Everybody is waiting in anticipation to see who is this young man that we talk about so fondly. Are you there, Ezekiel? Yay! There you are. Congratulations, Ezekiel. The only male winner. How does it feel?
As the only male winner, it feels great because I didn't think I was going to make it this far.
Oh, well, we all knew you would because we thought you were absolutely fantastic. And we've seen you sporting a few different hairstyles in the clip earlier, and a very cool one right now. What's your favourite way to wear your hair?
I think my favourite way to wear my hair is twist or singles.
And of course, Mum lives in your house, so what's your favourite way of him wearing his hair?
To be fair, I'm biased. He looks good in them all.
He absolutely does. And not every schoolboy gets to grow their hair. So why did you decide to grow yours?
I decided to grow my hair because when I was 6 to 7 years old, I had alopecia, which made me always want to wear a hat and have my hood up all the time. But when my hair started to grow back, I regained my confidence, and I regained my confidence, and it made me want to grow my hair because it made me want to grow my hair because I liked all the styles and I wanted to embrace my culture.
That's a very great answer. I'm just so proud of the journey you've been on. Obviously, no one wants to get alopecia, but you've overcome that, and also now you're confident, and you are one of our winners. So once again, thank you, Ezekiel. And Mum, can you hand over that goodie bag?
Congratulations, Ezekiel. And thank you so much to Mum. And thank you to our wonderful judges, Misan and Aaron.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. Now it's time for our little ones, who were so inspiring because they just had so much love for their Afro hair.
Keeping this energy and enthusiasm for our intensity and natural hair is what this competition has been about. Let's take a look at them getting their dream makeovers on Saturday.
I love my hair, it's amazing. I love the style that it's in.
Kyla's a pro in front of the camera. It takes her a little while to get warmed up, but yeah, she loves posing, she loves doing a little bit of catwalk, and I'm just so proud of her that she gets to showcase, you know, her natural hair.
Strong, excellent, excellent, very well done. Today has been so exciting. I have had so much fun. The parents, the children, everyone that's been involved has been phenomenal. Excellent. Now who can do both of these?
My favourite bit was the photo shoot because I could do loads of different poses, can do whatever I want, and yeah, it's been really fun.
My favourite bit so far has been the makeup.
It's been amazing just to see the girls get so glammed up, be so excited, have their modelling lesson. It's been really, I think I'm more excited than they are. It's been beautiful.
I feel very confident seeing like everyone's having a nice time. Yes, I think I would like to be a supermodel one day.
Very good. Keep your head up.
My favourite bit so far was the hairdresser. With the way she styled my hair, and I really like it.
I'm feeling blessed and very emotional, to be honest. It's something that I would have loved to do with my own mother, and being able to be here with my daughter and surrounded with beautiful girls and women, it's just amazing.
I feel confident with my hair. I feel very strong with my hair. I just love celebrating my hair, so it's been very exciting.
My favourite part has been when I got my hair done, because at the end it looked absolutely amazing. I saw some supermodels and they look amazing, so I can be amazing too.
So my name is Maya Glitters and I'm a kidpreneur, fashion blogger, presenter, podcast host and content creator. I'm also fashion editor for Coco Girl magazine. As soon as I found out about World Afro Day, I knew I just had to be a part of it. I wholeheartedly agree with all the values, goals and aims, and I believe all natural hair types are beautiful, all natural hair types are unique, and all natural hair types are to be celebrated. Afro hair is not only a symbol of unique beauty, but it's an important part of our heritage. And that's why I'm so thrilled to be here today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. It was very confident, very eloquently put. But Soleil, you've been in front of the camera since you were 3 as a professional model. You did a special coaching film for our winners. Thank you for that. You contacted World Afro Day in 2018, wanted to be a part of it. And this is your 2nd year. And this time you were a judge picking the winners of the top 10 model competition. What's it been like?
Hello. Hi, guys.
Hi, Soleil.
Hello. I just wanted to say it is such an honor, but for you guys that may or may not have known me, my name is Soleil West. I'm 12 years old, and I'm the youngest professional runway model to walk amongst all adults in New York Fashion Week. I'm also a model, actress, texture activist, author, environmentalist, and CEO of my own t-shirt company, The Chatty Chick. But continuing on what I was saying, it's such an honor being able to be part of this. I was here last year and I had such a great experience being able to see, people being able to wear their natural hair out, and I just really thought it was a great thing. And I've also had, some bad experiences with my hair, like on set, and I feel bad because I know there's other girls out there that also probably feel bad about the hair, and I just want to say that it's not you, and your hair is beautiful the way it is, and I just want to say congratulations to all the contestants.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Well, it is time to talk to our first winner in this category, and they're not in any particular order. So, Maya, who is it?
So, our first winner is Anila.
Anila! Congratulations, Anila. There she is. How does it feel to be a winner?
It is an honor to be chosen as one of the winners. I was in complete shock when my mum told me the good news. Thank you to all of the judges for picking me.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to take a look again at one of your photos. You must be so proud of her mum.
I am. Anila, during this experience, I've seen Anila's confidence grow immensely with her hair and all its glory, and seeing all the children embrace their heritage and their hair and wear it with so much pride has been so empowering.
Well,
it's just been amazing.
Congratulations to you, and congratulations to Mum as well. I'm sure you've been raising a perfect queen right there. Soleil, we're going to move on to who is the next winner.
All right, and the next winner is 9-year-old Kyla Rose.
But before we speak to Kyla Rose, we wanted to share the moment when her mum told her that she got into the top 10. Let's watch this.
Remember the World Afro Hair Day competition?
Yeah.
You was the, what did you get into?
The top 20.
Well, guess what? You're in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Oh no.
Really?
Really? Oh. Oh, bless you. Are you crying? Oh, no, baby. You did so good. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Oh, I don't have to keep cuddling me. What do you want to say to the judges and stuff?
I don't know.
You don't know what to say. What do you want to say, baby?
Thank you.
Yeah, and what does this mean for you?
A lot.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I'm so proud of you. Well done. So yeah, Kyla got into the top 10.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. I love you very much.
I love you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, Kyla Rose, you're going to get me all welling up. So clearly this competition meant such a lot to you. Can you tell us why?
I've always wanted to be a model and show off my Afro hair, because it doesn't really seem like a lot of things are based on natural hair, like Barbies, for instance. They usually have long hair or not Afro hair. And yeah, I've always wanted to show the world my hair and how amazing Afro hair is.
Mum, what has it meant for you as a family?
We're so proud of her. Honestly, we are so proud of her. And she's got 2 younger brothers, so they just look at Kyla and they're happy to wear their hair big and proud.
Oh, we'd love you to pass over that goodie bag.
Yes.
Please hand over that goodie bag. And also Anila's mum, if you could come back on and hand the goodie bag to Anila as well, because we forgot to give you the instruction to do that. So thank you so much, Anila and Kyla.
Thank you, everyone.
Now, they're not the only ones who are winners. We had so many entries in this age group that Maya, can you please tell us who else has won?
Now, our next winner is Shiloh.
Woo, Shiloh. Are you there, Shiloh? And Shiloh is only 6 years old. Is she? Have I got that right?
7.
Shiloh, are you there? Okay, all right. So we'll speak to you. We'll say hello, Shiloh. How did it feel to be a winner of the top 10 model competition?
It felt really good. I thank God. And it's so amazing to celebrate my hair and to be part of this show.
Oh.
And Shiloh, you've got your dad, Francis, there with you. So let's hear what he thinks. How important is it for fathers to get involved in the celebration of Afro hair?
Well, listen, it doesn't get better than this, and just to spend the time with our kids and, you know, show them, first of all, who they are, and also to be happy with them and then teach them and celebrate with them so that they can in turn be confident to pass it on to the next generation. So it was just a win-win situation.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. And we're going to move on now because we do actually have another winner. So, Saleh, who do we have next?
All right, and our next winner is 7-year-old Tazea.
Tazea, are you there? Congratulations.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Hi.
So Tazea, how does it feel to be a winner?
I feel so proud of myself, and I feel amazing, like I can do anything that I want to do.
I think we need to hear you say amazing one more time. Go on.
Amazing.
And a question for Mum Seth. How exciting has it been to be part of the World Afro Day competition and celebration?
Oh, it's super exciting. I mean, these positive affirmations are paying off. Honestly, they're paying off. Getting to celebrate our hair, getting to, you know, wear our afros and be proud. It's just absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. And if you've got a goodie bag there, I think it's time to hand it to Tazea. Congratulations and well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we can't see you all out there, but we want to say thank you and show our appreciation to all of the winners and all of our guests this evening. So wherever you are around the world, can you just take a moment to give them a big clap?
And before we say goodbye to our two amazing judges, I just wanted to say, as young people, you are such a shining example. Like, both of you are amazing young women. I'm sure you're inspiring so many people. When I was your age, I certainly couldn't have come on a show and spoke to so many people. So once again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Looking forward to see where you go and what you do.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
The people who work all year round to make this happen would like to say a few words. Please welcome back founder Michelle Leon and co-director of World Afro Day, Denise Chekenwendu.
Oh, so how are you both feeling, Denise and Michelle?
Well, what can I say? We've got, well, gosh, this is year 4. And do you know what? We've been ambitious, but it's been worthwhile because we've impacted a lot of young people, and I think we've raised awareness again. I mean, we've done so much media because we think it's so important now that we can actually just say to head teachers, say to schools, let's end this in 30 years. I mean, 30 years, 30 days. I think if we didn't say anything, they would be doing it in 30 years. But we celebrating with everybody is what we work for, kind of like all, you know, World Afro Day, it sounds like it's one day, but actually it's all year round. We are trying to change the way people think about themselves, how they love their own hair. We're also trying to change it in society. We want, you know, a greater level of freedom, a greater level of equality, and that's worth fighting for, actually. It's worth investing in young people. So we welcome everyone else kind of getting more involved, really, because I think the more of us who carry this message on a daily basis, you know, they can follow us at World Afro Day. You can look further down and donate to our organisation. And, you know, when you donate, if you live in the UK, the government will give us an extra 25%, even if they don't realise it's a good cause yet. So, you know, we want to say thank you also. I don't know if Dee's here yet. We want to say thank you. Thank you to so many people who have helped us along the journey. I think it's really important for people to understand that World Afro Day is actually a multicultural organisation. You know, Black, white, Indian, Asian people help us along this journey. And if behind the scenes, people can understand that this is about equality, this is about unity, this is about freedom, then, you know, why not more? I mean, it's not just a Black thing. I know it's our hair, but equality should be something we all want to do. It should matter to all of us. You know, equality really should be a value that just matters to everyone, not just the people who aren't being treated as equal. It should matter to absolutely everyone. And
absolutely.
We hope that, you know, thank you to Cantu, who have sponsored this event and allowed us to make it free. Because actually, in our minds, we would just like the whole world to log on and watch. So actually, even after today, it's still going to be available. So we're going to try and let people know that they can still register and watch the show back. And one of the important things we're doing our first international collaboration. So thank you to Encrespa General London, because they've really supported us in reaching out to Brazil. So after today, we're going to translate this whole show in Portuguese. Yeah, into Portuguese, and we want, you know, to reach out to everybody in Brazil so they can come on board, and you know, hopefully there'll be loads of Brazilians here next year.
Well, Denise has joined us now. She's just settling in, but just while she does that, I wanted to ask you a question. This past week, you have been everywhere. You've been on morning TV, you've been on radio stations, you've been here, there, and everywhere. What has the response been from journalists? You know, we work in television. How have people taken to the conversation around Afro hair and around discrimination? What's that experience been like for you, being on the other side?
Yeah, do you know what? I think this year, and it may be because of Black Lives Matter, or it may be just because we're 4 years in now, it's kind of like, oh, they haven't gone anywhere. So maybe this thing is important. Journalists are actually getting on board. So with journalists getting on board, I think it will be a ripple effect, and hopefully the rest of the status quo, really, because that's who we need to change. Hopefully, yeah. That will help, because journalists are writing about it. They are understanding this is a cause for equality, and that means they can write about it and share the message, really, that things need to change. So it has been really positive, and I'm encouraged to see where that goes.
And Denise, a question to you: why is it important for you that the World Afro Day just grows and grows and grows? In terms of the growth of the day, how do you envision next year?
Is that for me now?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'd like I think next year it's another level of reaching out to people without Afro hair, because actually that's how we change it. We've understood that this is a problem for years, but actually it's about them being message carriers as well. It's about people becoming allies. I mean, that really is going to make the difference. That, you know, do you know what? With the school system, if you think about it, the majority of teachers aren't doing this. The majority of teachers are allowing kids to come to school and get on with their education, and their hair isn't an issue. So all those majority teachers, we don't know if it's 70%, 80%, we don't know how many, but they can be saying something to why aren't they helping? You know, they're in unions. Why aren't they helping to change this? They need to be part of the change. Everyone who kind of gets it just needs to say, yeah, what can I do to help?
Okay, we've got sound on Denise.
Yes, I'm back.
Yay!
I'm so sorry.
About the future of World Afro Day, but in terms of 2020, there still are months left, and it is a pivotal year in terms of change and protest and campaigning. And hopefully this pandemic goes away. How would you like the year to end in terms of being able to see in schools or the workplace more people able to embrace boys or teachers?
I think what I'd really like to see is, people just take a deeper interest in what sort of impact it has on children in regards to when we do attack them in terms of their Afro hair. I think that if we were more empathetic towards the situation, and if others really thought about, their actions in terms of their duty of care, their responsibilities, they would understand that actually, collectively, there's a lot of harm being caused. And so what I'd like to see by the end of the year is really for schools and parents and to work with us in terms of making things much better for the experience of children within school, and not just within school, but in any part of life. We know that it starts very early on in the school system in terms of the attack on our identity, and also as well, issues regarding the way that our hair is. But, we have to realise that pathway, it follows them through right through to their careers. And so I think part of the work that we would do is something that, is really important in terms of really tackling and addressing those issues. So by the end of the year, I would really like to see a lot more schools involved and using the free resources that we've created regarding World Afro Day lessons. We have so much solutions based with what we do that there's no excuse really to carry it forward into a much better future for children with Afro-textured hair.
And we've kind of spoken about where Afro Hair Day hopefully is going and the progression, but can you go back and remind us, 4 years ago, why did it start in the first place? What was it that brought the two of you together to create this incredible movement that just gathers steam and gathers pace every single year?
It really is children. I think we've spoken about this a few times. Life is busy. Life is, challenging. But I think when you think about the next generation still going through, the straighteners and just that inferiority, we just really looked out and thought, someone has to say it must stop. Someone has to draw a line. Someone has to say, we don't want this anymore. And we just thought we wanted to do that. Well, we're both mothers. We've got children in this world, and we want, I know it's a cliche, but you want the world to be better than what you had. And that's what keeps us going.
Of course, we do have some good results from the poll we were running. And as mothers, as people who've set an organisation to create change, the poll that we had, so does a black woman have to take a professional risk and be brave to wear her natural hair in the work environment? And 87 people said yes. 87% of people said yes.
Wow.
Do you think going forward that percentage will go down, where it won't so much be a risk, it will just be a choice that people make simply because they're able to, without fear of their employees potentially not giving them a job or giving them a raise or respecting them the way that we'd like them to?
I really think that, there's so much opportunity for this not to be an issue anymore. And really the focus should be on the capacity of someone's ability, their capacity to deliver and to learn, and not what's growing out of their heads. And I think there's been too much focus on us as people regarding our Afro hair, and that is not a measure of our capacity or our level of intelligence. So for us to have to really think twice about wearing our hair as it is, as it grows out of our head, and having that fear of not progressing in your chosen career pathway, or not progressing in your educational line, or not progressing in what to do, that really should be something that has to be eliminated. It shouldn't be a discussion, it shouldn't be an issue. And so there's still a lot of work to do, but there's also massive opportunity. And so I think the work that Michelle and I do with World Afro Day is really important in tackling those issues. But as we know, it starts from the school system. And so from the school upwards, we hope to just really address this issue so that no one can feel inferior or afraid to wear their hair as it is.
Well, I want to say to both of you, from me, from everybody watching, and from probably, I'm sure, millions of people around the world, what you've started really is a movement. And I love that story as to why you started it. It's that, if not me, then who? So you just did it. And I hope you feel proud. I hope you feel that your hard work is paying off. And that's another year of World Afro Day complete. So you can have a good sleep tonight, a good rest, and I hope you have a day off tomorrow, because I know it's been a lot of hard work. So we have come to the end. So we want to say a huge thank you to everyone who's tuned in, everyone who's taken part in World Afro Day Live. Huge thank you to the sponsor, Cantu, and a final shout out to all of our winners: Sarah, Michaela, Shiloh, Kayla Rose, Isha, Ezekiel, Esther, Essay, Anila, and Tazea.
Yeah,
of course, it's not easy to have a natural hair. It's not even easier coming on here and talking in front of lots of people as well. And they all spoke with such pride and enthusiasm, and like they enjoyed themselves at the weekend. So I think both of you should be very proud of what you've achieved, because you can just see the pride that was just coming out of each one of those winners.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes.
Thank you.
So that's us. We'll wrap us up. So thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you for bearing with us. And same time, same place next year, but hopefully not online.
Everyone, thanks for your time.
Take care. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night.